We are falling behind on our video schedule. It's almost like the life of a parent and a teacher's busy or something. My wife and I team up to take on some of the best things streaming has to offer. Welcome back for more of Our Thoughts. No time for binging. The Umbrella Academy Season 2. Let's talk about Episode 3, entitled The Majestic 12. It's 1993 London. Is this the London job mentioned in Season 1? No, the one that was mentioned by Cha-Cha took place in 66, not 93. But this one has to be done by 5, right? Maybe? I don't know, we don't see the guy's face. But wife called it pretty quickly that these were Lila's parents. Yup, little Lila hiding. This is when the handler adopted her. This is kind of amazing. The handler trains her to be a killing machine. Backflips, machine guns. Additional note, wife said that our reactions to the opening scene were reflective of our personalities. Short-term memory and long-term memory. I went back to a random scene in Season 1 and a throwaway line by Cha-Cha. Her mind went to this season's comments by Lila and her parents dying. Show title reveal in a pool of blood. The handler wants Lila to protect 5. He's worth more alive? Handler is working with the commission, but in this case outside the grasp of the commission. That's the thing about the commission. Some things don't make sense until they do, like the French. She's basically saying to the audience that we may not understand everything at this moment, but it'll make sense later. Also, the French suck. That was terrible. Side note, she said that the IKEA Mafia were triplets. I don't know if she said that just to make fun of them or if she's actually telling the truth. Whatever. Also, at one point, the handler suggests that Lila killed Diego, and she slyly shakes it off. Methinks she has feelings for Diego. I'm going to file that away for later. Luther wakes up to see Vanya. They bond over how much of a jerk 5 is. Vanya gives her flawed recap of Season 1. Man, they keep doing that. But Vanya knows that something in her story was left out. Luther explains that she caused the apocalypse. Why would she do that? Because her siblings interfered. Duh! Jack Ruby walks in and verbally wrecks Luther for throwing the fight. Why does Luther put up with that kind of abuse? It's not like Jack treated him like a father figure, and Luther has daddy issues, right? Luther punches a hole through a brick wall. Awesome. Vanya gets mad at 5 for not telling her the whole truth. She can't help him if she doesn't know who she is. New timeline, new me. Split timeline theory. Middle finger from Luther. What a great scene. Klaus wakes up in Allison's home as she is calling the hospital looking for her husband, but it's a white-only hospital. Allison is mad that her husband saw her use her rumor ability, which leads to Klaus's rendition of the fable of the scorpion and the frog. He butchers the fable. The point of the fable is that he's a scorpion. That's who he is. He's not gonna change. I've heard that fable in another TV show, but I can't place it. The West Wing? We don't negotiate with terrorists. My wife very proudly showed me a clip from Gilmore Girls where they did the same fable. Not that I've seen Gilmore Girls. Allison can't deal with Klaus, but the rest of us will. Back at Elliot's place, Diego shirtless. Again. 5 game plans. 5 knows where Sir Reggie's going to be. At the Gala of Hoyt Healing Theatre, part of the Majestic 12. Deep State Scientist Committee. Elliot knows all about it, apparently. We're assuming Sir Reggie is the 12th man he hasn't identified. Back at the farm with Vanya. Sissy just greeted Vanya better than she ever did her husband. Not that her husband actually deserved that kind of greeting. Back at the diner with Klaus. He's still trying to stop Dave from joining the army. He's trying to be so delicate, but Klaus spews out all these personal details about Dave's family. Dave's uncle is the typical anti-commie American from the Cold War era. After a tense scene of Klaus begging Dave and the uncle badgering Dave to hit him, he does. And I'm really sad here. Allison finds out that Ray is holding a meeting in the salon without her. He's pretty confident that he has her figured out. He believes that Allison is working with the cops. She can only explain it if she reveals her power. Come on, use your power. I'm sick of asking. Klaus had been sober for days, and now he's done. Ben pleads with him not to drink. Klaus does a dance routine down the aisle. Drinking commences. Poor Klaus. But then he gets back to the mansion to find out that his followers have followed him. He runs. They follow. Kind of their point of existing. Diego, Lila, and 5 go to the gala. It's at this point that I realize that 5 has yet to change his clothes since first putting on the uniform back in Season 1. 5 tells Lila that he doesn't trust her. I mean, we know she's not to be trusted, but what about her set him off? Luther eating away his feelings. Again. Really go for some real barbecue right now. And Allison, by way of her majestic luck, finds Luther. Seriously, her superpower is luck. There was one shot in this scene that was amazing where they were hugging and there was no one else around in the background. That was sweet. Awkward chit-chat trying to catch up. Allison admits that she needed someone to hold on to until Five came back. That makes sense that she got married to him then. They catch each other up on the siblings. It was kind of amazing. The gang's all here. It's usually when things go sideways. Luther says they have 7 days. That means that Five has been in a uniform for about 11 days. Back at the gala, Diego questions where Lila went the night before. She gave an answer that I couldn't understand until we put on the closed captioning. I'm terrible with accents. And where did Diego and Lila get these fancy clothes? It's not like Elliot had them hanging around. Lila distracts him by wanting to dance. Diego admits that he had ballroom dance lessons because of Sir Reggie wanting them to be prepared for anything. If we didn't know that she was evil, I'd feel pretty good about their flirting here. Wait, did Diego just see Grace? Yes, it is Grace. Wife says that maybe she was based on a real person. Maybe. This Grace is a real person. Sir Reggie is her date for the evening? Yup. Okay, there's a lot to process here. I love this actress who plays Grace. Did you notice that Diego never stuttered once? We go to the kitchen to find the IKEA Mafia getting ready. Vanya finishes explaining what happened to her the night before. She says that she has to leave. Sissy immediately wants to take Harlan and leave with her. She doesn't want Vanya to go. Harlan overhears the conversation and runs for it. See, Vanya? This is how you really play hide and seek, with urgency. I just heard a splash. Harlan's in the lake. Vanya feels that she has no choice but to summon her powers. Boom! Like Moses at the Red Sea, she parts the lake. I wonder if she considered taking anything else from the bottom of the lake. How did this kid sink so quickly to the bottom of the lake after that splash? Unless more time went by. Or he just like a cannonball. Oh my gosh. Vanya attempts CPR. Balls of light leave her and go into Harlan. Those are the same balls of light from the end of season 1. Will he get powers now? Wife notes that it was the first time that Vanya took control of her power in a calm way. Luther's kicked out of his place, and he shows up at Elliot's. Luther's all matter-of-fact about his siblings. Elliot's acting like Luther's a celebrity. Want to do some nitrous? Oh, you know Luther wants to. Sissy and Vanya debrief after Harlan survives. They drink some wine. You know they're gonna make out. I feel like this relationship is being forced way too much. Ease back, writers. They're putting Vanya with someone who feels exactly as she did growing up. Ignored and neglected. Yup, they kiss. Nope, sorry. Dave and Klaus are better. Allison at her house. Klaus shows up drunk. If only Allison would rumor him into not drinking. He has nowhere else to go. He can't stand his own cult. At the end of the day, they're all siblings. So sweet. Elliot and Luther are high as kites. Did Elliot steal that from the dentist next door? Oh, his dad was the dentist. Makes sense. Their bonding is so weird. They're sharing the worst things that ever happened to them. Five in the closet of the Majestic 12. Ooh, they're planning the assassination. So Reggie is there and notices that someone might be in the closet. Five teleports out to find one of the IKEA Mafia. They fight now. His powers are blocked again. Why? How? Side note, one of the Majestic 12 was smoking a cigarette. For those who were fans of the X-Files, a cigarette-smoking man should look very familiar. As Elliot says, the truth is out there. Diego finds the fight and the musical cue begins. Fight! Lila shows up. She's supposed to protect Five and can't help Diego. She then Hurricane Rana's one of the IKEA Mafia, and Five dumps him out the window. Lila leaves. Poor Diego. No one will help you. But Diego shows off what he does best. I'm calling it right now. Diego is my new official favorite. Wife noticed that Lila kicked off her heels before she started running down the hallway. She said that this is accurate. There is no running in heels. Looking at you, Jurassic World. What the heck did Five yell at Sir Reggie in some language? I need to look this up right now. Tell me about a complicated man, Muse. Tell me how he wandered and was lost, when he had wrecked the holy town of Troy, where he went and who he met, the pain he suffered in the storms at sea, and how he worked to save his life and bring his men back home. That is from Homer's Iliad. Perhaps a callback to a lesson taught to Five long ago, quoting that in the original Greek, he knew that it would trigger something in Sir Reggie's mind. I feel like every episode is just getting better and better. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share this with a friend, and join us next time for episode 5, entitled Valhalla. Valhalla is where dead Vikings go. Does this mean that the IKEA Mafia will be dead by the end of the episode? Or one or two of them? I really hope not. That would mean the episode title gave away something. Stupid Netflix. Dun-dun.